here. 100% infill. Huge thing here. This is also on island. I mean, can you even see it 3D printed? Oh no, even play around. It's very nice. So we are in the lab. 40 millimeter tube. Whoa. Be mine. All our different materials. How do you guys like this? I think we are live. Hello. Can you hear me well? How's everyone? So, did you guys see any new thing happening in the 3D printing world recently? So who is here? Builders Mark, thank you for coming. Let's go. 3D Medic Vince from YouTube. Marabelle J, thank you for coming. Paisley's. Who else do we have? Simply Huffy. I had so many questions and we get answers. Polymakers to go. Thank you so much. Simply Huffy, I think. Are you? Let me check. You're on. You were doing some discussion on Twitter as well, right? I see your name somewhere. I think you posted something. Let me check. Simply Huffy. Yeah, there you go. You posted something and then there is some discussion. That's why I remember your name. I was going through the tweets this morning. Collie72, thank you for joining. DaVinci 10 as well. Printed Vision is here. Incendium. My biggest issue, printing fast, is cooling, but also printing slower than the printer is capable of because I get matte. It gets matte or the matte finish, yeah, and the layer adhesion goes down. Interested if and how they fix that. Yes, that's what the stream will be about. So perfect. If you're already coming with some question, Humble John, thank you for joining. Sheldon Space, Buddha, 3D Mark H, Nightcore is here as well. Span Magu, and I think Kenneth Tseng. How do you like the name, by the way, of the new product? Some of you knew it because they are in the awesome squad. I can see some name, but for the other, what do you think of the name? Yeah, but Jack, thank you for joining. Captain Gerbear. And scientifically, hopefully we're going to do a little bit more scientific explanation today, by the way. K2 Kevin is here. Yeah, I saw this joke. Some rude comments on your social to the new stuff. Some rude comment on the social to your new stuff? Really? Really? I think I've seen all the comments and I didn't see or somewhere in one forum that I didn't see. Good evening, Thomas, David, Pulliam, Traxman, Tech Jeeper, and I'm trying to go through all the names, but I think that's it. Alex Suavle is here from YouTube as well. Ramolin, and that's it. Thank you everyone for joining today. So as the title says, we are going to talk about high-speed filament. So as you may or may not know, we're going to check the announcement video, by the way. So let me just go here. We have released our high-speed filament yesterday, right? And I think there is a lot of question around high speed. Like, what is high speed? Like, because I've seen also a lot of people saying that there's no differences. Basically, it's a lot of marketing. There's a lot of high-speed printer, so we just re-release our filament and we just call it high-speed so that people use it with the high-speed printer. So I've seen that around. So I would like to talk a little bit more about this. But before that, let me just play the intro video. It's a 1-minute video for the people that may not be aware that we have released a new filament yesterday or today for you, I think. Oh, actually, is the release day for you today still, right? So let me do this. Okay, so let's watch this intro video, which I think is pretty cool. So let me do it this way. I still say you need to do a poly 1, the only filament you will ever need. Yeah, I wish it was. I wish it was possible, right? Like, but actually you cannot, because what if, let's say a simple example, what if some people need flexibility, some people need rigidity, right? For all the properties that are the opposite, then you encounter an issue. Okay, let's watch this one. Let me know if you cannot hear the sound or anything. Otherwise, I will just let it play.
Introducing Polysonic PLA, the future of high-speed 3D printing. Say goodbye to compromise and hello to innovation. Polysonic PLA is engineered to exceed all expectations and push your 3D printer to the limit. With Polysonic PLA, experience faster extrusion rates without compromising print quality or mechanical properties. Thanks to its advanced formulation, Polysonic PLA satisfies 3 crucial factors: high volumetric flow, ensuring rapid printing like never before; excellent printability, delivering smooth, flawless prints with every layer; and outstanding mechanical properties, providing strength and durability for your most demanding projects. Whether you're a hobbyist, engineer, or designer, Polysonic PLA will bring your ideas to life faster and better than ever before. Unleash the speed of innovation and join the 3D printing revolution with Polysonic PLA.
How do you like the video? It's not an AI voice. It's a Fiverr. I think it's on Fiverr, or I don't remember, but we hired someone to make the voice. Like, his job is basically making epic voice. So how do you like the video? Love it? Yeah, I think it's a pretty good video. It's not a scientific video. It's not a video that introduce Polysonic as like present Polysonic. It's more an introduction, I would say. It's just okay, we have a new filament, bro. It does this, but it doesn't really explain, the thing behind. But if you go on the website, we do have quite a lot of data, which is the thing we are going to go through today. By the way, I didn't take my breakfast, so I do have banana, milk as always, and the peanut. So I will just eat a little bit at the same time. The Fiverr is using AI to generate his deliveries. Yeah, I think it's someone that Luke knows, because Luke makes the video, and I think he knows someone that makes this, if I remember well. I've been wondering this for about a year. Are you the OEM suppliers for Bambu Lab PLA, and this is technically it after on exclusively agreement expired? Sorry, I didn't understand your question, but this type of question, I mean, even if I knew, then we cannot talk about it. So, because I know a lot of people try to ask this question, but even if there is an answer, then we cannot answer. So I can't wait to get Polysonic to print the hedgehog. Yeah. So about the name. So let's start by the name, and at the same time, let me share all the graphs that we have on the website. So what do you think of the name? Do you think is like from 1 to 10? How good do you think is the name? From does it represent the product? Is that a cool name at the same time? Is it in line with our brand at the same time? Like from 1 to 10, how would you rank that new name? Because you cannot imagine the hours of discussion we have just for a name. So yeah, what is the result? What is the result of these hours of discussion? 8 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 7.5. I like it, but a Sonic feels like it's getting overused recently. Yeah. Because of all the high-speed hype, right? So all the vocabulary around high-speed, but what is called? Oh, the Sonic Pad from Creality, the Sonic Pad. What else in our industry is called, have used the word Sonic? 8, pretty cool on Polymaker brand. Banana for scale. Yeah, sorry. I hear you released my new print rate. Hey, Loyal. Oh, by the way, Loyal, thank you so much for the video on the TikTok game. it has brought so many people, and it has revived the game more. Not a lot of people, like I said, like I told you in the Discord, right? I'm surprised not a lot of people are playing the game, because it's not free filament. I saw some of your comment that people were saying it's not free, but I mean, let's say it's the cheapest you can get from the energy you put in, right? So yeah, thanks again for this. You created Polysonic just for the print race, right? Yeah, actually that's a good point. You may have new score on your print race, new record of people printing your model in a very, very fast time. Not as good as the cosplay. Yeah, cosplay. I don't think we're gonna beat that Polylight cosplay. We need the word out, because that app gonna help. Is it an idea to let the app in the video with the page of the product? They see the app, they see the specs, they're gonna notice. When you say the app is this, right? So I was about to share all of these. Okay, there we go. It's easy peasy. Is that a banana in your hand, or just happy to be streaming? No. Sorry. I don't know why I'm laughing so much, but the fact that I understood the joke at the same time as I read, that made the joke much more powerful for my brain. So my brain didn't resist, and I just laughed. Sorry. Okay, so let's go. So if you go on a PLA here, then you have a new category. So before it was we have way too many PLA, so I had to sacrifice Silk PLA. It was supposed to be Silk PLA here, and then we have Silk PLA, dual Silk PLA, and we do have more Silk PLA type that are coming. But I had to sacrifice this, and I just put high speed PLA. So I didn't want to put in the special PLA. But anyway, so you have the Polysonic PLA here and the Polysonic PLA Pro here. So here already you have a lot of information, which we are going to go through one by one. Additionally, where do you put the accent? Additionally, you also can go on the app. Okay, so on the app here, and I already put all the information also. So if you go Polysonic PLA and then Polysonic. So for the people that cannot stay the whole stream, because I talk a lot and sometimes I go on a lot of tangents, so all the information are here. You go on us.polymaker.com /product/Polysonic PLA or Polysonic PLA Pro, or you go on app.polymaker.com, and then you go on the compare tab. That's the easiest, and then you tap the Polysonic. And don't forget to show the variant. So there is colored. Colored is like the regular speed, regular color, not a special translucent or something like this. And then you have a high speed variant. So that's a new thing that we have on the app, is you have high speed data as well. Well, we don't have for the other materials, but if the materials print, then we will have, because a lot of people has asked why we don't have the Polylight PLA high speed data to compare. Well, because Polylight PLA cannot be printed. Like it under extrude way too much. Like it doesn't really make sense to have the data. But at least you have all the data here. Okay. So for the people that cannot stay the whole stream, everything is there. And then today we're just gonna answer a particular question or just go into details on how we design all of this. Put this app out more. Try to see the reaction. Yeah, it's here actually. Material comparison. Maybe I should rename it. If you have some good name here to invite people to click here, then yeah. For the new Polysonic, what is the difference between regular and Pro? Exactly the same as the difference between Polylight PLA and Polylight PLA Pro. And actually, for many people, the Polysonic will be actually more interesting, because the PLA Pro is actually more ductile. So let me show you this. For example, I know a lot of people are using PLA Pro, right? PLA Pro is one of our best sellers just after Polyterra, right? So if you check PLA Pro, you can see that it's a different compromise between the tensile strength and impact strength, right? So for the actually it's supposed to be Polylight PLA Pro. Sorry, I need to change that. So it is the Polylight PLA Pro data, not the Polylight PLA. I missed that. So I will change it. So you can see the impact strength of Polysonic PLA Pro is actually higher, even at high speed, than the regular PLA Pro, right? But the rigidity, which is usually showed by the tensile strength, or you can check the bending strength. Let's go and check. Let's compare. Let's compare here. Let me put the PLA Pro, PLA Pro. Okay, so you can see the tensile strength of the Polysonic PLA Pro, even at high speed, is slightly lower than the PLA Pro. And I believe if you go and check the bending modulus, is similar, right? It's slightly less rigid. You see the Young's modulus, slightly less rigid, but it has a much better impact strength. So if we only focus on, let's say, the rigidity and the impact strength, where is the impact strength? Okay, so if we only focus on rigidity, so the Polysonic PLA Pro is slightly less rigid, not by much, but slightly rigid, but more impact strength, right? So the compromise between both is a little bit different. And when you go and check the Polysonic PLA compared to the regular Polylight PLA, it's the same. So Polysonic PLA is actually more impact resistant than Polylight PLA. Let me get the Polylight PLA. Okay, there you go. So you can see the Polylight PLA is more rigid. Polysonic PLA is a little bit less rigid, even at high speed, but the impact strength is higher. Is double the impact strength of Polylight PLA. So this is important to understand, right? Is that the Polysonic PLA, the Polysonic family, even globally, right? PLA and PLA Pro are more ductile than their equivalents in the Polylight series. Simply Huffy, speed isn't the most important spec for me, but having a slightly different Pro is something I need to check out. Yeah, exactly. And that's the reason why we also share the regular speed data, because maybe some people would just be interested in the fact that, for example, the Pro, let's say people like the Pro, but they wish we sacrifice a little bit more rigidity to get more impact strength. Let's say people want that. Then they just go to Polysonic PLA Pro, because then you have you have a different compromise between the rigidity and the impact strength, right? And the ductility. So now you really have a wide range of products that go from absolute, like super rigid material, but very, very low ductility, very low impact strength, all the way to Polymax PLA. So I would say it's Polylight PLA. Okay. Actually, it goes like this. Let me PPT time. PPT time. So let me do this. I will rank all of them. Actually, we have a beautiful spectrum. When you think about it, we have a really, beautiful, complete spectrum. So you end up something like this. You end up with Polylight PLA. Right. Okay, and then so this is let's say this is a spectrum from let's do a spectrum. Let's do a spectrum from, this is more rigid, okay, more rigid to more ductile, let's say. More ductile. Okay, because it's very hard to have both, right? It's always some type of compromise. So I would say you have something like, if you stay in the PLA, you have Polylight PLA, followed by Polysonic PLA now, right? Followed by Polysonic PLA Pro, followed by Polylight PLA Pro, followed by Polymax PLA, which is ductile, right? So then you end up with something like this, right? So we have a nice spectrum now. I just ordered the Polysonic Blue pre-order convoy. Yeah, actually, it was supposed to be ready on time. Actually, you were supposed to be able to order, but the shipment was delayed for some reason. And but I think it should have arrived already. If you want, I check. It should have arrived to the warehouse. Oh, no, I didn't check that. But yeah, but like I said, next week, it should be shipped out either by the end of this week, either beginning of next week. Theoretically, so we should be good. Okay, but so you understand the idea here, right? So very, very high rigidity, low impact strength, very, very high impact strength, lower rigidity. Okay, so that's the idea. Hey Zombie, thanks. Excited to show this filament off now. Interesting printing practice. Yeah, and by the way, there is a few people out there that already have experience with it. If you are looking for more, how to say, trustworthy feedback, like no feedback coming from the company itself, there is a beta tester, Zombie, Traxman, Medic. There is 2 people from the Annex community with the high-speed printer. Who else has tested? Computer Medic, maybe. I think Computer Medic was, and any other which maybe I forgot the name. Span Magu back was helping someone on Discord. Oh yeah, I saw someone had some issue on Discord as well. This is very cool. Can't wait to try some. It's not about printing speed, it's also about surface quality. Yeah. So if we go back to the different thing that we highlight about that personally. By the way, if there is any question that I'm missing, please just copy paste again. Maybe I'm missing it. What I want to know is, will it come in 3D printing general FE? Check Milliken. That's a good question. Maybe we should ask the 3D print general if he wants to upgrade his custom filament. Maybe because he will make it more expensive, right? If we convert it to a high-speed PLA Pro. But if he wants, then why not? Why not? Should be called Mario PLA Pro. Why? Just got the new Ender 3v3. Curious what can be put with the Polysonic. Yeah, thinking about the chemistry. A custom high-speed color would be interesting. Yeah. Maybe now it's one more materials that can be transformed into a creator spool, right? Into a creator spool. Okay. So the first thing is, obviously, well, this is for marketing, right? You can now use the ludicrous mode on your Bamboo without sacrificing quality and mechanical properties. This is some ideas regarding how we have changed the melting capability of the polymer, right? So you can see the speed rate change between the Polysonic PLA and the Polylite PLA, right? The Polysonic PLA is heating up at much faster rate than Polylite PLA is, right? So, but anyway, so let's start by the first one. So most likely, Mario jumps higher than Sonic. Okay. Can I say I don't think I'm following your joke. So this graph, most likely you have seen it a lot of time, right? All the different, especially custom printer, they like to push their filament, and they always draw a similar graph. So the graph is basically showing what we call the extrusion efficiency. So the extrusion efficiency is the measured flow, so the real flow divided by the requested flow, right? So if you ask for 12 millimeter cube per second, then you should have 12 millimeter cube per second that is coming out of the nozzle, right? So this is the efficiency. And then at some point you start to have less than what you request, right? So the difference here is that for polysonic PLA at 24 millimeter cube per second, which is the equivalent of 300 millimeter per second, okay, for it's written in very small, but for a 0.2 layer height and a 0.4 nozzle. So for me, I prefer volumetric speed, right? But I do understand that most of people are not familiar with volumetric speed. Like they have no idea what 24 millimeter cube per second represent. Is it fast? Is it slow? They don't know. So that's the reason why I translated everything into a linear speed. Because I think people, I guess it's because of the printer manufacturer marketing, right? They always talk about linear speed, right, instead of the volumetric speed. And for that reason, then everyone knows better linear speed. So anyway, I just translated everything. So I printed all the polysonic scientists today, only 1 hour and 20 minutes, and they are perfection. Nice, really nice. So Nick knows all the math. Well, hopefully I didn't make any mistake. If I did, please let me know, right? But theoretically, 24 millimeter cube per second should be 300 millimeter per second with 0.2 and 0.4 nozzle. Theoretically, hopefully I didn't. Oh no, the way is not. Let me do it. So yeah, and how do we define it? Okay, so it's on now. Banner storage lighting. Okay, there we go. Okay. Okay. Now the question is, how do we define high speed? Right? Is it high speed just being able to flow better at a slightly higher flow, or is there a threshold or something like this? Right? What nozzle size and layer height did you use for this linear speed calculation? 0.2 layer height, 0.4 nozzle. Okay, so we took 300 millimeter per second, 24 millimeter cube per second, for the simple reason that most of the high-speed printer have this speed by default for the high-speed profile. Okay, and let me know, for example, for your particular printer, what is the default high-speed speed in your profile, in the high-speed profile? What is the default speed? But usually is around 300. Yeah, usually is around 300. So in that case, our polysonic PLA has an extrusion efficiency of 99% compared to 95% for regular PLA. So if you print with regular PLA at that speed, well, you will have much more issue than this. But one issue you will have is you will have 5% less material that you're supposed to have. And that affects a lot of things, right? Mechanical properties, dimensional accuracy, surface quality. So that affects a lot of things, right? Okay, for example, check is 400 at 4,000 acceleration. Get away from the sonic here. What about polyflow? Yeah, polyflow was actually in the discussion, but like I said, out of all the discussion, polysonic came out as the decision, right? Well, speed is on everything, right? Is on the phone, the hot and more important. Default bamboo has internal speed of 300 millimeter per second and external wire 200 millimeter per second. Yeah, and actually, bamboo was the main one that we looked at. The bamboo slicer default high speed profile. So yeah, so that's for the extrusion efficiency, and I'm going to share more and more because this one was done on a custom extrusion system, and so basically we had I think we had the Rapido and Hemera. Was it? Let me check. What it was actually, it should be in the TDS. We go in the TDS. Was it TDS? Oh no, it's in the. Give me a small second. Give me a small second. It should be. Oh, yeah. So he was there. The reference extrusion testing is performed on a customized extrusion platform equipped with a E3D Volcano hot end and with a 0.4 nozzle and a Hemera XS extruder. Okay, so the data that you're seeing on screen is from the E3D Volcano hot end and on a 0.4 nozzle with a Hemera XS extruder. Okay, because it is obviously hardware dependent, right? This graph that you're seeing, let me share it again. This graph is temperature. So the main thing, temperature dependent and extrusion system dependent. Okay, so it has both. So if you change the temperature, then you have to redraw this. If you change the extrusion system, then you have to redraw this. Okay. I do have some additional one. Traxman sent some additional. This was done at 230 degrees C, by the way. We could have plotted the 190 degrees C. There is a much more difference between polysonic PLA and regular PLA, but I think 230 is what most people will use polysonic PLA at. It's interesting. There's a general temperature and a high-speed temperature. Yes, indeed. If you check on our spool, we have two different. We have a classic printing temperature, and a high-speed one, and then a classic speed and a high-speed speed. So we had a lot of discussion around that, right? I still don't know exactly how to share that information properly, but right now that's how we do. Okay, great. I've 800 millimeter per second with 0.05 layers. Yeah, so that's another way to have big number. Like for example, I think was it Iligo that just released? No, it's not. At TCT, there is a printer manufacturer that just released 600 millimeter per second printer. But that's the problem, right? Like the marketing problem is, for us is if you use 0.2 millimeter layer height on a 0.4 nozzle, you won't be able to reach 600 millimeter per second, even with our polysonic PLA. It's way too fast. But the problem is these printer manufacturers, they travel at 600 millimeter per second. But like if you print at a 0.1, right? If you print at 0.1, then you can reach 600 because the volumetric speed will be the same. So depending on your layer height, then the linear speed can be very different. Can be double, right? I love the data that it shows on the filament page. It helps decide what filament I want. Yeah, Modlight, and also Modlight. If you don't know, we also have an app.polemica.com. There is even more data if you are interested. Yeah, Kenneth Steng. So imagine you go at 0.04 layer height, right? I mean, you completely exceed the printer printer capability. So let me read what I wrote for the high speed filament. Okay, how do we define it? How do we define if the filament is high speed or not? A material is considered high speed if it fulfills the following three criteria at a set printing temperature. Okay, flowability, formability, and functionality. So it has to fulfill these three criteria at the same time, right? At a set temperature in order to be considered high speed. For the flowability, it must extrude consistently at 24 millimeter cube per second on popular extrusion system. So it's the equivalent to 300 millimeter per second at 0.2 layer height with a 0.4 nozzle. Okay, so that's the first thing for flowability. It has to extrude consistently at least 24 millimeter cube per second. Formability, at 24 millimeter cube per second, it has to maintain a similar surface quality, overhang and bridging as printed at lower speed. Okay, so that's formability. So formability is a little bit less scientific. There is no particular index but the best is to print two. Okay, for example, we printed two polymer scientists, one at 24 millimeter cube per second, one at 4 millimeter cube per second, and it has to be pretty much the same, identical. Okay, there is no loss in surface quality, overhang quality, or bridging quality. Okay. Number three, functionality at 24 millimeter cube per second. It maintains at least 80% of its overall mechanical properties when printing at lower speed. So mainly, we are talking about layer adhesion, tensile strength, and impact strength. Okay. So what do you think? What do you think of this definition? What do you think of this definition of a high-speed filament? Because I don't think, and let me know if I'm wrong, but I don't think any companies out there that has released the high-speed filament have even further explained what is the difference, right? What is a high-speed filament? And let me know if I'm wrong, right? Let me know if you know, and I'm happy to check the link. If there is any filament manufacturer out there, or I should say filament brand, that has released a high-speed filament and then explain what is a high-speed filament. Because that might be the reason why a lot of people, they don't even understand what's the difference. It's because nobody explained to them what is the difference between a high speed and a regular speed. Maybe that's why. You guys first have seen with definition like that about high speed filament. Okay, yeah, I also think so. Creality explained it. Okay, let's see how they define high speed PLA. Let's see how Creality define their high speed PLA. Oh, the hyper series, right? Because I think how we define it is very important. Because we hope to define some type, not a standard, but some type of understanding of high speed filament. Okay, 10 times faster printing, speed up your creativity thanks to the high fluidity and fast cooling formula. Hyper series PLA support up to 600 millimeter per second print speed. High fluidity provides sufficient melting and extrusion, while rapidly cooling provides fast shaping for high-speed printing. Hyper PLA, other Hyper PLA, 300 millimeter per second, 30 minutes. Other 1 hour, 30 minutes. Keep precision while keeping this high speed. High stability ensures small changes in thermal expansion and core retraction, even when printing at high speed, reaching high precision in dimension and better result, compatible with high speed and normal speed. Higher toughness for stronger model with higher tensile strength and higher tensile strength than ABS and higher toughness than traditional PLA. I think that's the opposite, right? Hyper ABS is known for its toughness and PLA for its rigidity and strength, right? Hyper series PLA brings better structural bearing capacity of the printed models. Okay. Bending strength, okay. Uniform wire diameter, stable experiment. Okay. Eco-friendly. Better filament plan. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there is any particular definition. I mean, they do go through, the different feature. There's no, but I mean, there is some numbers, but they're not very useful. Like 600 millimeter per second print speed. Like Hyper series PLA support up to 600 millimeter per second print speed. I think that's hard to compare. Like it's missing a lot of information. Right? But anyway, it's my point of view is I feel like the market needed a bit more of a structure to understand high speed, to understand high speed materials as a whole. I think people needed a little bit more of a structure. So that's what we are trying to provide. So these three criteria, these numbers, these ways of testing, the indices that we are using, that's the type of thing we want to provide to the market. Do you think Polysonic will show more improvement on standard flow hot end than on high flow ones? Okay, that's a great question. They don't need to inspect what they printed the bench in. Yeah, so there is a very important NSTO just said something extremely important. Extremely important. Let me use PPT to answer this question because this is very important. It's very important. There's a difference. We did an experiment back there in the room. You stream from the paywall running to place. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a difference, right? What I'm saying is we are trying to bring thinking structure when thinking about high-speed PLA, right? And but let's go to the okay. So the question is, this is you have different type of hot end, right? You have some hot end that are super high flow hot end. Okay, like custom hot end with custom nozzles, custom extruder, like they can push a huge amount of filament, right? And then you have more standard hot end. Okay, or I should say extrusion system. Okay. So one important point is that high speed material are, and this is important, right? Lesser, I should say, lesser and lesser, or no, how do you say? Are less useful / important as the extrusion system becomes more performant. Okay, and this is important. This is important. I think it's hilarious that you guys announce high-speed filament the same day I order X1 Max. Well, at least you know what filament to go with it. So, why am I literally saying that our polysonic PLA becomes less important as you get into better extrusion system? Here's the reason. The reason is in order to create a high-speed materials, you have to play around two very, or at the moment, quite opposite intrinsic properties of the material. Cooling rate and melting rate. It's not so scientific, right? It's really my overall understanding, right? And you have to play around these two, okay? Maybe Polylite PLA has a pretty good cooling rate. I think the chart is really not well done. It shouldn't be a spectrum, but let's say more cooling rate, more melting rate, something like this. So Polylite PLA is a little bit more towards here. So it won't melt very fast, but you will have a better cooling rate. It's maybe more formability, I would say. Formability and maybe flowability. Okay, maybe I should do it this way. So Polylite PLA has a pretty good formability, less flowability. Polysonic PLA is more towards here. Okay. So now, what is the issue? Not the issue, but what happened when you are using a high flow extrusion system, right? Then the Polylite PLA on the high flow extrusion system will flow as good, if not better, than Polysonic PLA, but will keep its formability. So at the end of the day, the material itself will have a very good formability, and the hardware, the hardware will give you the flowability. So from a material perspective, the Polylite PLA has excellent formability. from a hardware perspective, Polylight PLA has excellent flowability. For Polysonic, it's the same. From a hardware perspective, you will get good flowability because it's a high flow extrusion system. But from a material perspective, you have already compromised the formability in order to have more flowability. You understand what I mean? Does that make sense? What I'm trying to explain and why NSTO's question is important. For example, we did a test with, I sent some Polysonic to a speed benchy participants, okay, people that are in the leaderboard of the speed benchy, and then they tried the Polysonic PLA and they didn't find any much difference. They said like our regular PLA do as well, if not better. And I was so surprised. I was like, oh my God, we developed the Polysonic PLA to be much better. But then we understood that it came from the extrusion system. These people that are on the leaderboard for the speed benchy, they have such a high flow extrusion system that the material don't need to be high speed because the hardware already allowed to print those materials. It's nice to have definition with numbers, but then the question is, how is the number 24 millimeter cube chosen? Yeah, like I said, 300 millimeter per second is the standard speed for a high speed profile, and then we took the regular 0.2 layer height and 0.4 nozzle size. Okay, does that make sense? So basically, we are like this. We are like this. You have three things. Let me break. Number one, you have the evolution of printer motion system. Then you have the evolution of printer extrusion system. And then you have the evolution of the material. Okay? So I think what's happening at the moment, okay, in my opinion, right? Let me know what you think. But I believe the printer motion system has evolved a lot. Okay, has become more standard. Okay, has become more standard, has evolved, has a lot of innovation. Okay, the material is trying. The printer extrusion system, not that much. And what the material is trying to do, is to bridge. I think that's a good way to put it. The material is trying to bridge the gap between what the extrusion system is capable to do and what the motion system is capable to do. So that's the material answer. So that's what we're trying to answer. Okay, maybe I should remove this. Okay, what we're trying to answer is that gap that is being dig by the high evolution of the motion system, obviously including hardware and software, right? Firmware, software. Yeah. Okay, so all of these improvement to get your nozzle to go faster, but the printer extrusion system are, there is some great one, right? But they are less standard. They haven't reached mainstream as much as this one. And the material is trying to answer this. Does that make sense? Yeah, input shaper, for example. So that's why if the extrusion system improve to the point where it reach the printer motion system, right? Will we need high-speed material at that point? Maybe, I don't know. There might be some other factors that will have to be, answered at this point. And obviously here I'm talking about melting, cooling, and extruding, right? Like pushing. Okay. Pushing, melting, cooling, everything is included in extrusion system, right? So if you have both at the same level, then you can see that the material answer, well, not much, right? Okay, hopefully that makes sense. It should be like injection molded polymers. How fast you can fit and cool in the mold. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Also, your ability to cool the part, like with side cooling fans. Yeah, so the Sonic PLA melts more easily. Yes, yes. Thank you. I don't know if easily is the word, but faster, faster. For example, you can see here, Polysonic PLA melts much faster. Okay, so they all go at the same speed, 20 millimeter cube per second. So they flow at the same speed. But the fact that it takes less time, the fact that Polysonic PLA melts much faster, okay, heat up faster, then even at 20 millimeter cube per second, it has time to reach 230 degrees C before reaching the nozzle. But now, let's say you have a high flow extrusion system, then maybe the chamber is much longer. If the chamber is much longer, then at 20 millimeter cube per second, even polylight PLA will have time to reach 230 degrees C before the extrusion. So you can see how everything kind of interacts together, right? Um, I think that this printer print fast at the moment. If that one can print, all can. What's the clinical reason for printing faster? Um, there's multiple reason, and actually, I wish we had the answer before the live stream, but I still don't know what can be shared and what cannot be shared for our formula. And I sent them a message before the live stream, but there is an exhibition at the moment, and they are a little bit busy. So unfortunately, I cannot share too much from the chemical point of view because I still don't know what is sensitive information, what is not, and I don't want to make mistakes. But I promise that I will share more once I know what can be shared. Sounds like it melts more brutally. Is how I put what I'm hearing. Yes, yes, exactly, Kevin. Is it about modification to glass resistant temperature? I'm thinking the fine line. No, the glass resistant temperature is the same. Crystallization is the same. Actually, you can go here. Glass resistant heat deflection temperature, crystallization, melting temperature, decomposition temperature. So you can see polylight PLA, polysonic PLA is basically the same. Glass resistant temperature 61, 59. Heat deflection temperature 60, 53. HDT at 1.8, 58, 52. VCAT softening temperature 63, 61. Crystallization temperature 96, 96. Melting temperature 150, 164. And decomposition temperature 370, 370. Oh, actually, we don't have the one of polylight. So it's basically the same. Basically the same from that point of view. So do the polysonic filament have a lower heat deflection? No, the same. I just show you. Similar, not exactly the same, but similar. If it's proprietary, that's fine. I do believe there is part of it we can explain. I just don't want to make any mistake. Why is the data tested on the volcano hot end from a marketing aspect? Regular hot end, it might show improvement from 10 millimeter cube per second to 25 millimeter per second rather than 24 to 30. No particular reason. No particular reason. That's what we had there. I actually have more graph. Traxman also sent me some more graph with some different extruder and hot end. So I will share more graph. No particular reason. So don't leave it in the car in August. Yeah. It's at the end of the day, the PLA intrinsic temperature data are the same. Resistant data. Mudbud and Steve building a fast printer. They need to challenge each other. Maybe this is good for it. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you added diamond there. in the in the filament. Good day, you all. Hey, Magic McGee. Volcano levels of flow seem standard for faster printer. Going the line between closure of excitement design. This is why we love you. Thank you, Vasiliki. The Revo high flow would be interesting since it's using context design. Yeah, there is. I mean, I'm welcoming anyone that would like to do this graph for a particular extrusion system at different temperature to reach out to me. And you know, I can provide a school to do this test. And then I mean, the test itself doesn't require much, and then you can just play around with the rest. Of I think the more information we have on the extrusion efficiency with different temperature, different printer, different extrusion system, and maybe we can draw a better map on how it performs. So this filament will hold up to hot condition as good or better. No, as good. Better, I don't think so. It's literally the same. I mean, you can see the HDT here, right? So it's literally the same, if not a little bit lower. But it's the same, it's similar. And for the PLA Pro, I would say PLA Pro, highlight PLA Pro, PLA Pro. Yeah, even the PLA Pro is a little bit higher, but similar than the PLA. So in terms of temperature data, it's pretty much the same. I want to test that with some hot air. I can contact you on Discord. Yes, please. Bring my name and finish with the please develop a way to have a higher heat resistance so I can stop making video all the time. Maybe it just isn't possible. Well, it depends what you mean by heat resistant PLA, right? For example, why not using ASA or ABS or PC? Why does it have to be PLA? A lot of codes, because I think maybe the misunderstanding is that you think that if you make PLA heat resistant, it will still be as easy to clean as PLA, which is not true, right? If you make the PLA heat resistant, then it just becomes as hard as an ABS or ASA. So I guess your meaning is, can you develop a material that is as easy to print as regular PLA, but has a heat resistance of, I don't know, an HT of 80, for example, degrees C or something like this? Now the other question is, right off the printer or with post-processing? And most of the people want right off the printer. And that case, if that's the demand, then yeah, it's very challenging. Not impossible, I think, but it's challenging. Especially if the ease of print is an important demand in the requirement. I get better looking results with PLA over PG and not desire to do more of PG, like ASA or ABS. Would you consider nylon and PC as toxic material? Because that's the other thing, right? A lot of people think PLA is not toxic because, I don't know, for some reason, because a lot of company marketing as a green materials, blah, blah, so you can melt it in your room and it's fine. But is that true? Can you really melt plastic like this, PLA, and just really breathe all the fumes from the PLA because it's made out of plant? This I don't know. I'm not too sure. I don't have any data, so I cannot say, but I'm just thinking melting plastic is not always a good idea to go and breathe the fumes, whether it's PLA or ABS. So I don't know. From a feeling perspective, I do understand that ABS smell more, right? I mean, depending on what ABS you use. Or ABS, but But yeah, smell is not always a good indicator, right? There's a lot of things that would make you pass out, and you don't even smell it, right? So I don't know. Hey, Modlight 83. Uh, okay, so from a mechanical property point of view, the idea was we wanted to develop a material that at whatever speed, PLA is mostly harmless compared to petrol cars. Petrol cars, yeah, maybe. Yeah, don't stick your nose at the exhaust of the car. But yeah, um, we wanted a material that whatever speed you're printing at, I mean within the speed range, right? It has very similar mechanical properties. So and we maintain around 80%, always more than 80%. And if you go and check, so that's the definition: flowability, formability, functionality. Flowability, we meet the criteria because the maximum flow is 29 millimeter cube per second. And actually, I wrote everything here. And then from a formability, we confirmed also, we printed 2 polymeric scientists. I'm going to have the picture soon. I don't have the picture here, but just trust me. Never trust manufacturer, but trust me. But yeah, similar quality, whether you print it at 4 millimeter per second or 24 millimeter per second. And then layer adhesion from 4 to 24 millimeter per second, you maintain 80%, 87% of the layer adhesion. You maintain 95% of the tensile strength, and you maintain 82% of the impact strength. And even if the 82% at 5 kilojoule per square meter, you are still much higher than polylight PLA. You're almost double polylight PLA. Okay, so next, and special thank you to Zombie. I don't know. Yeah, I guess you recognize your picture, Zombie, right? This is taken from. I had to rework a little bit different. I have some internet issue. Oh yeah, I do. I do have. Nice. I have photos of what I've been up to. It's crazy. No, good. In a good way. Where I'm waiting for the internet to come back. Hello. What can I do? Wait or change my server? Usually, but there you go. Let's go to Japan. Let's see if Japan allow me to have a better internet. What are the can you hear me? Can you hear me better? Can you see my screen? Well, or let me refresh. How is it now? Oh no, it's still not good. I need a Sonic VPN. I do need a Sonic VPN. Yeah, it's still not good. What should I do? Actually, that was the interesting part. That's one part that you don't talk so much about the high-speed filament. So I was excited to show you. Let me do my trick. Let me go on YouTube. Let me find a 4K video. Let me see if my trick works. Do you remember what is my trick? I go on YouTube, I take a 4K video, I play it at 4K full speed, and then I load it completely. You see, it's so strange. I can watch a YouTube video 4K very smoothly, like it's loading ahead of time. Oh, it's not working. I hope you can use cable. Yeah, but it's too far. The router is way too far. Okay, how about now? No, still no. It's so strange. If you upload, not download. Ah, is your upload not? Oh, yes, good point. How can I force my upload? I need to upload something. Download and upload speeds are very different on most internet service. Oh yeah, yeah, you're right. Maybe that's why. So my download is good. My upload is not. I should sync my my SharePoint onto SharePoint, and then that would drastically increase my upload. Let me go to Los Angeles, supercharge Los Angeles. Oh, I know. Let me just do this. I should move. Yeah, well, I'm it's funny you say this, right? Because I'm moving soon. Okay, please, now should be good. No, still no. Oh my god. Download and very yeah. I don't know why this is happening. I have no idea. Let me do a speed test. Test speed. Windows update. Your internet in Texas will be better. Oh, will be much better. Will be much better. I won't miss that room. I will not miss this room at all. Yeah, but power falls out. I heard. I really want to have the solar system from Tesla. I want to have that solar system. Ed just really told me it's not a good idea because he has a lot of problems, but I'm hoping I'm not going to have the same problem. Okay, so apparently USA for China is a bit better. Take a picture of the room before you leave and use it as a green screen. Oh, my internet is coming back. I have 2 bar. Yeah, Tesla solar, the Tesla roof, the solar roof. This is the one I want to get. Yeah, internet is back. Yeah, okay. Good. Welcome back, everyone. It should be back, right? I have all the... Yeah, okay, let's go. Because I really wanted to show this. No more slideshow. Here. Okay, so this... okay, this is more of a visual representation of what would happen with polysonic PLA against regular PLA. It's actually polylight PLA, but regular PLA, because when you do a comparison between something good and something bad, never use your filament, okay, as the bad one. Even though it is your filament, regular PLA is your filament, don't put your name on it because it's bad. So just just call it regular PLA. Okay, don't call it polylite PLA. Just call it regular PLA. And then on the other side, the good one, then you use your product name. Anyway, so reliable extrusion at high-speed printing, polysonic PLA. For this test, it went pretty far. I think it's Zombie that made this test. He went up to 40 millimeter cube per second, but it was, I think it was a CHT nozzle, and I think it was a 0.5 or something like this. So not to compare with this, right? Because the setup was different, but it's just to show you the difference between the polysonic PLA and regular PLA. Okay, and the one speed is nice and all, but when is the reinforced ABS ASA coming out? Soonish. I mean, you still have to wait more than half a year, but soonish. Okay, so what I wanted to show you is this one. This one is my favorite. Consistent surface finish across different printing speed. This is, for me, a problem that that a lot of people have when using high speed. Even though they could use high speed with regular PLA, the actual result may still be better with a high speed one, right? Because you can see here, polysonic PLA, whatever the volumetric speed, you have a very similar finish, very consistent finish. Okay, actually you can start to see that it becomes less and less glossy as you go. You can barely see it, but you see, if you use a regular PLA, between 1 to 5 has a similar gloss, and then between 5 to 10 it's kind of already like a semi-gloss, and then after 10 is completely matte finish. Okay, and the problem is when you're printing at high speed, then you go through all of these speeds, right? It's not because you're printing at 300 millimeter per second that the whole print is at 300 millimeter per second, right? The whole print is going to be between 0 to 300 millimeter per second. But if at each speed you have a different finish, then you end up with a very inconsistent print. Okay, but with polysonic PLA, you don't have that issue. So for me, this slide is a very unique one, I think, because not a lot of people are talking about that issue. That's for me my favorite, one of my favorite advantage of polysonic PLA is this very consistent finish across the different volumetric speed. I mean, we're talking about 1 millimeter cube per second up to 20 millimeter cube per second, and the finish is pretty much the same. And here we are talking about 4 millimeter cube per second up to 40 millimeter cube per second, 10 times the volumetric speed, and the finish is also similar. But if you check regular PLA, then it's very, very glossy at the very beginning, and then right after is semi-gloss, and all the rest is already matte. So what do you think about this advantage? Do you think it's useful, or do you think, you know, it doesn't matter compared to actually printing at high speed? That's more blah, blah, blah. This may have been asked, but will there be a pro version of the fat stuff? What do you mean, like PLA Pro? Polysonic PLA Pro? Yeah, there's already a pro version. This is Polysonic PLA, and this is Polysonic PLA Pro. I'm not sure if I understood properly, but hey Jerry, 3DHP, Jedi Spidey, looks like I'm gonna have to try the Polysonic PLA. Yeah, please do. Some people like the matte look. Yes, some people like the matte look if it's on purpose, right? If it's matte not on purpose, means you may not have as good of a layer adhesion as you would have had with a fully melted plastic. But yes, if you don't really need the mechanical property, if you don't mind the decrease in mechanical property, then the matte finish is also nice. The problem is, to get the matte finish, you need to get at high speed, right? But like I said, during the printing, you go through the whole range. So you may have like your detail feature of the print that is glossy, and then the rest of the print that is matte. So that's the issue. Would be interesting to get a strong matte finish PLA at low speed. Yeah. Now this I like. I've done a lot of hardware upgrade. Just add in printing consistency. Yes. I think the gloss is the key benefit, to be honest. Yeah, for me too. For me too. How is the order for the Polysonic? Do we need to vent? Not really. I didn't see any difference between our Polylite PLA and Polysonic PLA. Just got here, high-speed PLA. It's not just a gimmick to sell more product. I think I spent 1 hour and 20 minutes trying to not have that comment, but looks like I still need some time to convince people that it's not a marketing gimmick. But I mean, it's a fair question, because with all the high-speed filament that has been released already, it's a fair question. I think you just got yeah. It's a fair question. It's a fair question. This might make variable layer height good again. I generally avoid. Oh, NSTO, that's a good point. That's a good point. Variable layer height. I should have a picture for this as well, because that's the issue you have, right? Variable layer height. The thicker the layer, the more matte, and the thinner the layer, the more the glossier, and then it mess up. It looks strange. Yeah, that's a very good point. That's a very good point. How does Sonic apply to HueForge? Yeah, not much. Not very useful. HueForge has too many direction change in the nozzle path, so you barely reach high speed. Maybe you can use Polysonic PLA black for the first layers, but after that, I think it's barely useful. If it's matte on the surface, that line will have less adhesion to the previous because it has less melting coming out. Yeah, good to know. I have some hyper PLA, and the odor is real not noticeable. Yeah, I haven't tried the hyper PLA. Hey, Make a Viking, have you done any comparison on layer adhesion? Yes, this is layer adhesion. This is the layer adhesion. So we maintain layer adhesion. We maintain 87% of the layer adhesion at 4 millimeter cube per second. So at 4 millimeter cube per second, the layer adhesion is 37.3 megapascal, and at 24 millimeter cube per second is 32.3 megapascal. And actually, we do that for all the different mechanical property. We always make sure that it maintains more than 80%. You have to slow print down in HueForge 2, yeah. No. Okay, cool. So I think that's pretty much it. So to summarize the different marketing, number one, you can now use your high-speed profile on your high-speed printer. Polysonic PLA melts much faster. This is the extrusion efficiency for 300 millimeter per second. 99% extrusion efficiency at 300 millimeter per second. Excellent mechanical properties at 8 times the speed. So from 3 millimeter cube per second to 24 millimeter cube per second. So 8 times the speed from a volumetric point of view, and volumetric speed point of view. Reliable extrusion at high speed printing. Okay, so this is more visual, a visual difference. And then consistent surface finish across different printing speed. Okay, so the difference between this gloss, semi-gloss, the gloss, semi-gloss matte, and the more consistent finish for Polysonic. And then we have a material database, and has been updated. To everything. There's just the color that I need help from Noah, because for example, the Polysonic PLA here, the pictures needs to be the picture is there, but it needs to be manually shrink down, and then it will be displayed. So, but otherwise the rest is already there. Okay, amazing. Any other particular question? Have you read my message to you on X? On X? Not yet. Not yet. I think on Discord, yes, but not on X, on Twitter. Did I do the sizing wrong on this? No. This Dominic is not is. It's just all your picture has to be compressed before putting it on the app. And Noah has a special app that do that, but I don't have access to it, so I cannot put the picture. I can put the picture on the database, but he has to compress it. Any new color coming in Polysonic? Oh, great question. I forgot. Thank you, Zombie. So, both, and this is exciting, both Polysonic PLA and Polysonic PLA Pro will come in our 10 basic color. The 10 basic color being black, white, gray, blue, red, green, yellow, purple. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And orange. Okay, so all of these colors. Yeah, no periwinkle, sorry. So, and it will arrive, I believe, in 1 or 2 months. Polysonic Starlight. Yeah, not in the pipeline yet. Zombie, Polysonic Yellow, Polysonic the Zombie Hedgehog Yellow. Don't get Zombie started on yellow. Yeah, so okay, any question? And by the way, my suggestion is to order Polysonic PLA. If you want to pre-order, I suggest to pre-order separately. Don't put, if you want to order some other spool, don't put it together, because Polysonic PLA, the whole order will be shipped at once the Polysonic PLA is in stock. So if you do the same order, then it may delay the shipment of your other product. So my suggestion is just separate them. Okay, great. So any particular other question for the Polysonic PLA? Anything particular that you wanna? Did I from a scale to 1 to 10, how much was I able? How much the live stream was useful for you to understand more the product? Like 1 or 0 being you already know everything from the website, it was well explained, no need the live stream, and 10 being I didn't understand anything about your product, and so the live stream was very nice. 11, 19. Thank you, Monkey Butler Labs. As Bear said, when the polybot will be fixed, I don't know. I need to check. With Bear. 10. Okay, great. I'm very happy. It was super useful. Well, does that mean the information on our website does not make sense? So actually, I asked a question that whatever you answer is bad for me, because if you answer 1, it means my live stream was not useful. If you answer 10, it means all the information I created on the website was not useful. So whatever you answer, there's something wrong. I think the live stream is always nicer because we get to hear real questions and answer in real time. Thank you, Justin. Yeah. Again, the only question I cannot answer yet is how exactly did we formulate that material. But I'm hoping to to answer that quickly once I get more information on what can be shared. 5, I guess. Straight in the middle. The website info is great, much better than I was expecting at launch, to be honest, but the live stream has been great as well. Thank you. You pointed out things many people would gloss over looking at the website. Yeah, that's another thing, Chuck. That's a very good point. Is sometimes you can have a lot of information, a lot of text, a lot of data on the website, but people won't really spend. I mean, when you look at this, I mean, that's a block of text, right? How many people has read these things? Like, what is a high-speed filament? How many people has read all of this? What are the advantage of using high speed? How many people has read all of this, right? Not much. But maybe people enjoy more just listening instead of actively reading. So that's a good point. Is the Starlight Polysonic PLA in stock yet? It's not even in our R&D pipeline. It's just good to hear it talk out and be able to ask questions. Yeah. 10 because I didn't look at the website. Yeah, for example. I want to see the app more. I keep crying. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else you want me to do, right? Like, just leave it on screen like this. I like the info on how hot and extruder impacts need for this year. What are we grading? Just how useful the live stream was. But, I read it earlier, but still cool hearing it explain and seeing visual comparison. Yeah, can you get? Oh, by the way, was drop down open by default? I think people tend to overlook the drop down. I don't know how to do that yet, but I can check. Traxman, let me share your data as well. I think it's let me share Traxman data, because that's exactly what I was expecting from the beta testers. And if there is any other people that would like to do similar, so let me share Traxman data. Put it right on the right side of your product with all specs. Oh, yeah, can be done. Will we get Polytera in high speed? I'm not too sure. Like, you mean like a matte surface? The profile be crazy here lately. Yeah, no problem, Traxman, no problem. Okay, so here you go. So this is the data on the Ender Microsys NG. So this is Polylight PLA at 215. So the orange Polylight PLA at 215. So it already dropped significantly at 11 millimeter cube per second. And at 230, you are able to increase to 12 millimeter cube per second. But then the Polysonic PLA at 250, whether it's 215 or 230 is very similar, and you can get up to 16 millimeter cube per second. So you don't double, but you add a good 50% to 60% increase in your volumetric speed on the Ender with a Microsys. So this is pretty good. And then for the Pro is able to reach a little bit more. So PLA Pro at 215 goes to 12 millimeter cube per second, and PLA Pro at 230 goes to 13 millimeter cube per second. And then the Sonic PLA Pro goes to 16 to 18 millimeter cube per second. So also an increase of 40-50% in speed. And then on the Voron, with Voron Clockwork 2 and a Fatius Rapido, you are able to reach, with the regular PLA at 230, you are able to reach 16 millimeter cube per second. And with the Polysonic PLA, you are able to reach 21 millimeter cube per second. So I think this is pretty good. And regarding the Pro, you are able to reach 14 millimeter cube per second, and up to 20 or 22 at 230 degrees C millimeter cube per second. So, but anyway, I will make this graph in a similar fashion as the one I put on the website, and then I will share them on the website. But I mean, you can see here the increase every time in volumetric speed, thanks to the Polysonic. Infill can easily handle 17 to 18, but solid infill starts to skip. Yeah. Look at the data, put it in the view. I'll bomb you. Okay, with what I mean. You've been slacking on that Polylight PLA. I would expect the live stream title to be like we obsolete Polylight PLA. I mean, not really. Like I explained, right? It depends on the gap between motion system, printer motion system, and printer extrusion system. So it really depends on that. I mean, high flow rate, Polytera, same as Polysonic speed, and I guess strength and consistency. Yeah, we'll have to see what are the different, because Polysonic is a family, right? We can have Polysonic ABS, Polysonic ASA, Polysonic PTG, etc., right? So, okay, cool. I think that's it. I think that's it for today. Yeah, don't forget the TikTok game. Don't forget the contest. I don't know if the contest is still going on for the marble. It might close soon in a few days. So don't forget to go and put your marble raise there. Polysonic ABS, maybe. It's a family, so there will be more filament in the Polysonic filament. I'd rather use regular Polysonic PLA as long as my system can print it at the speed I want, especially with high flow rate. Yeah, exactly. That's also an important thing to understand for the high-speed filament. The high-speed filament is only to help bridging the gap between what the motion system of the printer can do compared to the extrusion system. What can be done by the extrusion system. Okay. Any other question before we do the giveaway? Any other question? Oh, by the way, quick. Project is awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Devancy. You are also awesome. When will the stock of YTPU90 in Canada? YTPU90 in Canada. YTPU90 in Canada. Check. Canada. TPU90 white. 1.35, I assume. So okay, so it won't be until December. However, there is 9 spool in stock on Amazon Canada. So the problem is, if the inventory is not above 10, then it won't appear on our website. So you will have to go to Amazon Canada, and on Amazon Canada they still have 9 spool as of 2 days ago. So it might be 8 or 7 spool by now, or not anymore. They don't have at all. Yeah, then it's gone. Then it's gone. Then oh, you bought all 9. Okay, then yeah, then December. But if you need a high quantity, like let's say 50 or plus, then you can reach out to me. I can send it from our master warehouse directly. So that's another way if you really need a lot. Okay. Yeah. So let's do the giveaway. What I want you to say is. I want to do a very special live stream on Friday. I mean Thursday evening for most of you. I want to do a live stream about topics that hurts, or like hot topics. I want to do a live stream about the questions that company don't want to answer publicly because of PR issues or something like this. Like whatever. I just want to do this type of live stream, and I do have some question in mind. I do have some questions that have been asked on Twitter, have been asked on Discord, my DM, like all of these hard questions, that that hurts usually. But I just wanna do it because I think it's important that people understand. It is definitely dangerous, David. It is definitely dangerous, but I think it's a way that we can. My idea is that it can help the connection between the company and our users, just by being, just by going through, a relationship cannot be only good things, right? I think we have to include everything. Okay, you don't have to love or like everything about a company just to like the company, right? You might have some disagreement, you can have some agreement, and overall you have a good relationship. So I think it's time that we just target all of these questions. I'm pretty sure some of you know some of the questions, right? That will definitely appear during that live stream. But yeah, all of these questions, I just want to, go through it. All the and even specifically in the U.S., right? In the U.S., there is a lot of social thing happening, and people want to know how the different company deal with it and this kind of thing. So yeah, that's what I want to do on Friday. So I'm hoping that most of you will be able to make it on Friday, coming up with questions, helping. I'm hoping everyone will obviously, keep that open mind, because this type of discussion, really need to be, in a positive environment. So yeah, it can be from product perspective, like, is our product biodegradable? I mean, I can list a couple of questions if you want. I mean, I'm shooting in my feed, but like, it can be from a product perspective. Are our product really eco-friendly? Is carbon spool really eco-friendly? How do you prove that? Blah blah blah. Is PLA really biodegradable? Uh, would I get banned if I ask a spicy question? No, I mean, it has to use proper vocabulary, respectful, etc. Yeah, is filament food safe? Socially as well. What do you think about women in 3D printing? I know it's a topic as well. The gender, all the gender stuff. It's a very, big topic socially, I guess, from a social perspective. Um, Diversity, like, I received an email from Amazon, which I think worth talking about, because, but these type of things, right? This type of topic. We run out the stream with some politics. My bamboo poops a lot. I need a polemical solution to recycle it. Yeah, recycling, inclusion, exclusion, all these type of things. Okay, so that's what I want to do on Friday. So if you have some friends, invite them. I want to make it a little bit bigger of a stream than the usual stream. I will be announcing the stream on the different. I want people to come with their question, and we just answer it. And then later on, if there is people that are interested, then they can just go back to the stream and just see. So yeah, do you think it's a good idea for a stream? What do you think? Great idea. Okay, great. What time Friday? We have the Loyal Money's party stream. That will be the regular time. I mean, I think for most of you it's Thursday evening, but just the regular time, 9 p.m. EST. Good idea. Okay, great. Thursday stream. Good news. Filament is genderless. It's Thursday for us, Friday for Thursday evening for most of you. Sorry to ask here, but any news on my ticket? I would need to check because I don't remember. I have a lot of tickets, so I don't remember which one is your ticket. But yeah, I will go through some of the ticket today, by the way. So you might receive a news today. Okay, so if you think it's a good idea, then perfect. Okay, let's do the drawing. You guys ready? 82 viewers, 93 entries. So I think we have everyone. So let's go. Always good to have a backup either way. I want to hear thoughts on US versus European versus Asian filament manufacturing. Yeah, for example, I mean, I don't know if the nationality makes a big difference on the filament, but anyway, all of these questions. Congratulations, Matt German. So Matt German is one of our partner. Let me draw again. By the way, Matt, did you receive already the CMYK from Tongye? Oh, did I see that? Did I just say that out loud? Sorry, just forget about it. Papi Glow, congratulations. Can we edit a Twitch video? Papi Glow, congratulations. Where is Papi Glow? Did Papi Glow answer anything? Yeah, Papi Glow, congratulations. You can reach out to me for your free spool. Okay, let's draw the next one. We cannot edit the Twitch video, right? I know we can edit the YouTube video. Sheldon B, congratulations, Sheldon B from Twitch. Bank contact in the chat. Thank you, Builders Mark, for sharing. Papi Glow, you can check what Builders Mark just copy pasted on YouTube. You're saying my name. Yeah, exactly. I was talking about CMYK in the chat because they are doing project together with Matt. That's why. That's why I was saying. Sheldon B. Yeah, congratulations, Sheldon B. And next one is last one. Keep digging. Last one is Yabba congratulations, Yabba. You can print a shovel if you want to dig more. Okay, Yabba congratulations. Are you here? Yabba from Twitch. Yeah, congratulations, Yabba on winning a spool of filament. So I hope you enjoyed today's stream about our new filament. I hope you will have a really good experience with this Polysonic. Don't forget on Thursday evening live stream. I really want a nice live stream. So invite your friend, talk about it around you. Come with some nice question. I also need help from you as Polymaker community members. You know how we try to stay very open-minded and positive, etc. So I will need people to help in the chat as well, right? It's not gonna be I don't think it's gonna be a perfectly smooth live stream, depending on who we are welcoming in the chat. So I will need a lot of help. I'm hoping that most of the moderator will be available for that stream, because it can go many different ways, right? So I'm just hoping that overall our community will be more represented there, so that everyone can just follow the guidance from all of you, how you react in the chat, and then they will see, oh, people are pretty open-minded, pretty positive. This is how, like, show example, right? You plan to be controversial? Well, I don't plan to be controversial, but I'm expecting a lot of questions that are not super easy to answer publicly for a company. Open conversation, exactly. I'm here to answer the tough ethical question like chocolate or vanilla. No, not this type of question. This is too hard. Okay, where should we go? Oh, Patrick CD is live. What is Patrick CD? Fireproof cookie dough? What? What is Patrick doing? A fireproof cookie dough? Okay, so if you want to know what is a fireproof cookie dough, you can go to here. Disqualify is live also. Yeah, he is. But I'm interested in the fireproof cookie dough. Okay, so we have Kelly Cakes that is live if you want. It's the Jang is live. Make a deck, of course. Panfred is live as well. Patrick CD is where we're going. Chris Perillo with Arcade. Disquantify is live. Papa Bear is live, and Charity Maker is live. So this is all the different names. Welcome to go in any of the channels. We will be rated in Fireproof Cookie Dough channel for some reason. Why do we need fireproof cookie? I have no idea. Yeah, K2 Kevin. For example, this is a topic that could be discussed during that live stream. Oh, it's gonna be a long live stream. But yeah, I mean, let's plan. I will plan my whole day. Anyway, people's gonna go to sleep slowly. So anyway, I just feel like it can be a nice live stream. I think with the community we have been developing, I think we can, it can be a nice live stream. Yes, Builders Mark. Yes, let's do it. Okay, thank you again, everyone. Have a very good night. Don't forget Thursday evening. Don't forget our Polysonic new family of products. Enjoy your night, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye.